Red means stop, and green means go, and I learned how to spell and stop. Renfroe was a whole new world. Math and science I enjoyed the most because they were straightforward and had one specific answer for everything. But this wasn't the case by the time I came to Mr. Haynes' class in the 7th grade. I would hate it when I would answer a question and she would be silent. I would ask, "Is that wrong?" She would respond with,
"I don't know, J.T. You tell me."
And I would just assume I was wrong at that point. Well, anyway, later in the year, we got around to poetry. Unfortunately, this was not Shel Silverstein Little Kid poetry. This was fancy, deep poetry. We were debating the meaning of a few poems, and I was absolutely clueless about it. Two of my classmates had completely opposite opinions about what it meant, but Mr. Haynes said,
"You're both right, and that's what I like about language arts. There's never one answer."
At first, I didn't like hearing this at all. How would I ever know if I was right? For the next few weeks, I was always a bit scared to answer a question. Throughout the rest of my middle school days, it eventually dawned upon me that this wasn't such a bad thing. I learned to accept this fact, and this really made me listen to others' points of view, and I became a more open-minded person. This was because now I believe there is always more than one solution. Plus, it wasn't long before I figured out that as long as you make your point sound valid, anything can be the right answer.
Tears are in my eyes. I look down at the blank worksheet below me and grind my teeth together. I let out a frustrated sigh. I feel like crumpling up my paper into a ball and throwing it out the window. I wish I understood. I feel like a helpless bird, unable to fly out of my tiny cage. This cage is locked and the key is lost. At this point, I don't even care. I want to fly away, but I don't want to go looking for a stupid key. It would be easy for me to look at my first paper, open and vulnerable beside me. But that is cheating. Just one look and I have the answers. I'd no longer be in my tiny cage, but I wouldn't have found the key. I suppose I would have broken the cage. I could fly away, but behind me, I would have left a sad, broken cage. I walked over to Miss Alexander and asked her what I was doing wrong. I listened to her reply, hoping it would do me some good. Her advice had some help with me. I think I have the answer, the key. I remembered her advice and was able to solve the problem. I go on to the next problem, and the next, and the next. Everyone else is done, but I still have a few more problems to go. I do not hear the bell ring. I try to ignore the talking and shuffling of feet, and all of the kids leaving as I continue to search for answers to problems. They still haven't called buses yet. I'm on my last question. I complete the problem with a sigh of relief. I found it, the key. I opened the door to my tiny birdcage and said goodbye to restrictions. I said goodbye to limitations and flew out into the world. And I did it with a smile. In just a few weeks, I am leaving middle school. I am leaving familiarity and security. But sometimes it's good to fly away. I got somewhere to be and a reason to be there. That place is high school, and my reason is to learn and to grow.